Hello there guys, this is ThePrussianPrince with another Total War tournament match. Going to be Beta Flash number 90, round of 16, match between me of Agony Clan and Ghost Dog of TWR. I'm playing as the Allens and he is the Vandals on Cobblestone. Indeed, the map has changed. It's basically an administrator choosing the map for each round, and this was a one-day Flash tournament, so everything is best of one up until the final. That's a best of 3 in case you guys don't know. But anyway, let's go ahead and go over my build. Again, I got a pretty similar setup from before. I do like this build as well, so let's see what I have. I have up front 4 Sarmatian Warband because it's max 4 of the same, essentially. Supported by 4 Germanic Archers. My general is an Alani General Bronze 1 with Brace. In terms of cavalry, again, I have a lot of melee cavalry, as you can see, 8 of those. So I have a mix of Noble Alani Cav and Germanic Horsemen, and they are all silver 2, so except this one. This one is bronze 2. The reason why they're silver 2 is basically because that is level 5, and level 5 you get a boost to your fatigue resistance. Some of you may know this by now, others may not, so this is quite important to note. That's why I have them with silver 2. Anyway, for my opponent, Ghost Dog, who's playing as the Vandals, let's see his build. He has a Vandal Warlord General with Warcry. And in terms of his cavalry contingent, he has 2 Germanic Horsemen Vanilla on his left, 2 on his right, and then some Shock Cav as well. 2 Shock Cav, both Germanic Lancers, essentially. He has some pike units on the flanks, interestingly enough. So 2 Germanic pikes on his left, 2 Germanic pikes on his right. In the center, 4 Germanic Spearmasters. So I guess he actually expected me to go for a lot of cavalry. Then he has 2 Noble Germanic Swordsmen, both bronze 1. And of course 3 Germanic Archers. So his build is fairly balanced, and I like it, but I've got a lot of cav, and I have more Germanic Archers than him. So I'm still feeling that I can pull this off. It's just going to be a matter of making sure the pikes cannot engage my cavalry properly, and I should be able to do fine, I think. Because I have my own Germanic Horsemen, and besides that I have Noble Alani Cav, which I prefer over their Germanic Lancers. So I have, again, a cav advantage, which hopefully I should be able to use. But I'm trying to put him out of position. As you can see here, I'm maneuvering around. Again, trying to surround because I don't have a lot of infantry, so I'd rather not go in frontally. Here I'm going to get a nice engagement on him. You can see I'm getting Flaming Shot off onto his Lancers, weakening them a lot. Here I'm going to pull back because I basically got 1 Archer against him. Sarmatian Warbands, again, these guys, yes, they do have excellent armor, but not a lot of health, so I've lost a fair amount of them, which is quite bad by me, of course. But he's taken significant damage on his Germanic Lancers too. So that's alright. I mean, I don't care so much about my melee infantry as my cavalry. Like, I'd really prefer my cavalry over. And his Germanic pikes taking damage here. I need to pull back again. I noticed this. And I'm going to start my flanking attempts. I want to attack his right flank because that's where the unshielded side will be. So it will be much easier for me to do damage to him. And now again, I'm targeting his Shock Cav here, as you can see, with Flaming Shot, and they're just dying so quickly to my archers. These, if there were crossbows, this unit would have taken a lot of damage by now, but they aren't, so not as much damage. Nothing happening over here. He's still trying to skirmish against me, but I'm getting the better end of the skirmish engagement because he hasn't moved the Germanic Archer over here, and I have 4 against 3, so I can use my miracle advantage in terms of skirmishers against him. He's going to try and go with Shock Cav against me, so you can see me going around with this one, and I'm going to get a clean charge off on his Lancers, the rear of his Lancers, and now also Flaming Shot. So that poor Lancer unit is going to die to my Germanic Horseman. He's going to get a free charge off onto my Germanic Horseman, but at this point I don't care. I'm going to reposition my Germanic Horseman around because I see him doing this, and by the way, in a defensive position like this, it's much easier for him to send around his Germanic Horseman, whereas for me it's a longer road, so that's something to keep in mind. The path is longer for me to support my flanks. But yeah, you can see here I'm focusing these Germanic Horsemen, trying to get them off the field, and his his shock cav is already off the field without doing too much damage, so they've basically been wasted. Here I'm not getting a charge off, so it's a mistake by me. But I think I'm gonna give an attack order now, and I am. You can see me moving around my cavalry units, and I'm gonna get probably a nice charge off onto this Germanic Spearman. Rear charge, it should do a lot of damage. Not just stop them, but yeah, so I get in with my cav there, gonna support with the Summation Warband. His shock cav will die too. So at this point, I'm fairly confident about this engagement. I'm also gonna basically sacrifice a Noble Alani cav here to stop all these cavalry units from going around and killing me, basically. So I've got this Germanic horseman over here. I'm gonna go into the Germanic pikes, and I'm confident that I can kill them. Because, yeah, you can see they were facing the wrong way. I noticed that. Here I'm gonna go with a cav charge. I was trying to, but I didn't get the proper angle off. Now I'm going to pull back because I noticed all these spears here. I don't want to engage that. But I'm gonna send cavalry around, and I notice he's still on the move, so unbraced he might still take a lot of damage. My Sarmatian's not doing too well here, but I did mop up his Germanic horsemen. So yeah, in the center I've actually lost a fair amount of men if you look at it that way. But I still have Germanic horsemen alive. I'm gonna charge his unbraced Germanic spearmasters here with Germanic horsemen. It's going to go very well for me. I'm gonna send in my Alani general here to stop his cav. And at this point, like, it's not looking as good as it could have been for me. But these charges into the Noble Germanic swordsmen have wrecked them. Germanic Spearmasters getting a lot of kills onto my units though on the retreat. Now I'm gonna do the same thing here. I'm gonna go for more follow-up charges onto his Spearmasters, and this is going to destroy the units completely. And here I'm actually kind of turning it around with the Germanic archers as well. I've still got cavalry on the field that I'm keeping in reserve. Some more Germanic archers as well. You can see that he's actually kind of pulling through with the Germanic horsemen to get to my Germanic archers, but this hurts him a lot because it means he's getting through my unit, trying to pull through my general and losing a lot. But at this point my general will die, so that's not good for me. But yeah, my general is off the field, but he's not dead, and now all these flaming arrows that I'm firing onto him are going to be massive. I've still got Germanic horsemen on the field, and the Sarmatian warband, this is a hero Sarmatian warband. It's just gonna hold out here while I'm pouring the fire onto his cavalry units. But my left is going to fall. I'm still killing his Germanic horsemen though, and I did get this Alani cav with one man in it into the Germanic archers, so that was good for me. I'm gonna break through and go for his units here. Gonna get another charge with this Germanic horseman unit into his. And this flank is going to be mine.
They're not done yet.
And these guys might come back. Just 21 guys running away, but if they come back, I'm gonna be able to do well with them. At this point, yeah, his general is dead. Gonna charge right into his pikes, but these guys, they're just 46 men left, and they rout.
The enemy are losing their advantage.
So, it's going very well at this point for me. I'm gonna even charge into the pikes because why not at this point? And they're just going to die to the cavalry charge. Cavalry destroys pikes if you go in from the right angle in this game. Just look at this Germanic Spearmaster as well. It's done a decent amount of damage so far, but now it's not going to do well against the Sarmatian. I mean, it's going to do decently against the Sarmatian warband actually, but with supporting units, I will be able to kill it. Look at the Sarmatian warband getting destroyed here. Both units are very tired, but my Sarmatian warband is just dying rapidly here. But with the cav charges into the rear of his Germanic Spearmasters, they're going to rout off the field and victory. The men are broken, but not really. So anyway, let's look at the statistics. Again, Noble Alani cav and Germanic horsemen doing a lot. Even the Alani general just stopping all those units that Ghost Dog was sending towards me. Helped out a lot, but again, the cavalry won me the day here. You can see his Germanic Spearmasters doing a lot against my cavalry, and even against my Sarmatian warbands. But my archers were overall more cost effective, and they did more damage than his. I killed a lot of his cavalry with my Germanic archers, so I was happy about that. As you can see, his cavalry, some of them did fairly nice, but his pikes didn't do much again. His noble Germanic swordsman kind of failed him too. But anyway, that is the game, so I hope you guys and girls enjoyed. If you want to see more, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+, share the video, and I'll see you next time.